Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel and another MLB 20 stream breakdown. I guess it's not another, this is the first one, but another stream breakdown. Today, San Diego Studios did their first developer stream for MLB 20, the show coming out in March. So I'm going to break it down. This one was the fielding one. If you guys enjoy it, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to break down every single stream that San Diego Studios does leading up to and even during MLB 20. We'll have all the attributes and all that kind of stuff on the channel. So make sure you hit like and subscribe for that. Let's get into what they talked about today. There was a bunch of stuff. The first thing they talked about is this new kind of scouting report system. So when you're batting or when you're pitching, you will now just be able to hit L3 and this screen will pop up. This is the Washington Nationals playing the Chicago Cubs. And when you press L3, it shows you all of the fielding, reaction, arm strength, and arm accuracy attributes for all 9 fielders on the field. That way you know when you hit it into the outfield. Maybe if you hit it into center field, Victor Robles has a 97 arm. Maybe you don't test Victor Robles, but if you hit in the left field, Juan Soto over there has a 66 arm and 51 arm strength. You feel a little bit more comfortable testing Juan Soto. So this really takes away the need for any guessing work. In the middle of the game, you've forgotten who he has in his outfield. Now you can just kind of check. It's something that MLB teams have, a scouting report beforehand. The third base coach knows each of the arm strengths in game, in real. The next thing is a lot of new animations. Now, I'm not sure that I'm able to show you the actual clips of these because Ramon Russell might strike my channel down because I'm not named Cougs. But I'm going to explain it verbally to you the best that I can. The first of these is the first step animations for outfielders. Now, this is going to make fielding matter a ton in the outfield. It's really going to differentiate the good fielders from the bad fielders. Essentially now there's 3 first step animations on your break. Now this is different than getting your good break or bad break or taking a good line and a bad line. This is just your first step regardless of that break. So the first animation they showed, the guy just starts to run. There's no buffer, there's no false step, if you will. It's just him running to the ball immediately. The next one, he takes 1 step to gather himself, and then he takes off. The last one, he takes 2 or 3 steps, kind of like chop steps, to determine where the ball can go, and then he takes off. And all of these have different times that he's moving to the ball. So obviously, the first one, he's moving to the ball the quickest, because there just was less time being killed by him trying to make up his mind on which animation to use, or which direction to go. So this is going to make fielding matter a ton. They also said this kind of change is going to help more line drives. So the problem with MLB 19 and all the lineouts was partly that the line drives were just going right to fielders. The other part is the fielding in the game was too good. So everyone was getting a phenomenal first step. Not necessarily a great break on the ball, but their first step was too good. So they would catch it almost every time without any kind of a problem. So this should help to alleviate some of that. And I'm sure in the hitting stream tonight, they will talk some more about that. But this is going to help the hitting, the line drives fall, and it's also going to make fielding matter more. If you want to continue catching those line drives, you're going to want really good fielders. Let's talk about the extreme catch indicator. Now this is only going to be for the outfield, and this is taken directly from the trailer because there wasn't a great shot of it in stream where you could really tell what was happening. But what the extreme catch indicator is it's the same ball you see on a fly ball. The same, this is where you have to get to catch the ball. But then surrounding it is this red circle with the arrows. That is telling you that an extreme catch is in play. So you have the opportunity to do that. Now there is 3 possible things you can do. You can dive for the ball. You can try to make a shoestring catch, or you can pull up, play it conservative, and keep it in front of you for sure. Now, all three of these have different outcomes. So say you dive and you catch it, that's an outcome, but it's possible you dive and you miss. There's a couple of different kinds of misses. You completely miss, the ball rolls way behind you, or you dive and it like picks off your glove and it stays pretty close. Same thing with shoestring catches. You can run up and catch the ball, shoestring catch style. You can short hop it and catch it. You can short hop and it caroms off your glove. You can try to short hop and just miss it and it rolls behind you. So there's a bunch of different possibilities. If you play it safe, it seems like you're going to catch it most of the time, which would be the trade-off there. So there you go. And the fielding attribute here is what helps you determine if you're going to make the catch or not. So say you have a really good fielder in the outfield. Say you have Kevin Kiermaier. Kevin Kiermaier's in the outfield. He's running up. He makes a diving catch. He's got a better chance to make the diving catch than, say, Nicholas Castellanos running up, right? This is not a knock on Castellanos, but Kevin Kiermaier undoubtedly is the better fielder. So in game, he's going to have the better animations and better outcomes on these diving attempts than Castellanos, and that kind of makes sense to me. Now, the thing that this indicator is not, it is not a thing to help you time it. You're still going to have to manually time it, and it is not like the home run saving catch where it gives you like the red, yellow, green jump thing, like the countdown essentially. This is just telling you, hey, you can dive for this and maybe catch it. So that's an important thing to note. That is what that thing was in the trailer. So let's keep on moving. They have made some alterations to the throw meter. We'll talk about the throw meter a little bit in a minute. The first thing that I want to talk about is this perfect throw to home plate indicator. So you can see there the throw meter above the guy. We're all pretty used to seeing that. The throw meter fundamentally works the same. But to throw it home now on close plays, you have a perfect line indicator. And that is that little home plate thing above the meter. So if you line it up perfectly with that bottom tip, your black line indicator lines up with the bottom tip there. It is going to be a perfect throw. The ball is going to be right on the money, and the catcher does not have to move his glove to tag the runner. It is no longer just in the green zone where you get that perfect throw. It's now very, very confined. It has to be pretty much right on the money for that to work. Obviously, throw accuracy, the attribute for throw accuracy, has a huge part in the accuracy of the throw now. Because the closer you are to that tip, the closer the throw is going to be if you have a high throw accuracy attribute. If you're pretty close, but your throw accuracy on the player you're using is like, say, in the 40s, the throw is going to be further offline than it would be if you're using a guy, say, with like 87 throw accuracy. So there's some trade-off, some good and bad, but no matter what, if you are underneath the tip, the throw is going to be online. This also does not affect your throw power at all. So if your guy has like 20-something arm power and you have a perfect line, the throw will be on a perfect line. The throw will still just barely get to the catcher, whereas if you have a 97 arm, say, if you're on a perfect line, the throw will get there on a line, and then you'll be able to tag him out, and you'll be happy, and the guy you're playing will be pissed off. So that's important, and that happens for both the cutoff man and the outfielder. I only got a screen grab for the cutoff man, but it works the same way. Really good. Also, in the green, this is important. In the green, as long as your throw meter, your throw indicator, black line thing, lines up in the green, the good throw is qualified as the catcher's left foot remains planted. So the throw can be anywhere as long as the left foot of the catcher remains planted. So if your catcher has to reach way out high and right, but his left foot remains planted, that's still considered a good throw in game. Same thing if the throw still has a chance to be right at his chest, and then he has to go down and tag, that's a good throw. Now, yellow throws work the same way pretty much as they do in MLB 19, where they're up the line a little bit, maybe down the line. Red throws will go to the backstop and all that. But the perfect throw indicator, you throw it and it is right on the money, and the catcher does not need to move his glove to tag the runner out. That's the important thing from this. Here's a slide they showed of some different potential throw accuracy meters. The throw accuracy meter this year is much faster, they said, than the throw accuracy meter in 2019. So it's going to be more difficult. Also, the size of the green is going to depend on A, how difficult the play is, and then B, the arm accuracy of the character you're using. So let's look at the left side there. The left side on the top is Justin Turner making a difficult play. On the bottom is Nolan Arenado's. As you can see, it's not a crazy difference, but Nolan Arenado's green throw indicator is much bigger than Justin Turner's green throw indicator. That's based on the arm accuracy attribute. So Nolan Arenado's arm is in theory better, therefore his green indicator, his green area that you're aiming for, is better than Justin Turner's. In the middle there you have Cody Bellinger on the bottom, Charlie Blackmon on the top. Blackmon not a great defensive player. You can see how small his green area is, and on the bottom Cody Bellinger, his is significantly larger. So defense again matters. Now, on the right side, same two players as on the left. You have Justin Turner and Nolan Arenado. This play is not as hard, so the green area is much closer in size. So Nolan Arenado's is still a little bit bigger, but it's not nearly the same differential as on the left side. The reasoning there is, on a difficult play, you assume the arm accuracy is going to matter a little bit more than on a routine play hit right at you. Almost every MLB player can field a ball and throw it to first if it's hit right at them. It's on the difficult plays that it matters a little bit more. And so, in game, it's the difficult plays that matter a little bit more. The last thing I will say on the throw meter, you are no longer able to cycle the throw meter multiple times to try to get to green. So your first input is what it is going to be. So if you get it and you're like yellow, so you throw cancel, and then you try to go back to the same base, it's just going to stay yellow. So that's a thing. And also you're not able to just hold it down and let the black line go through the meter multiple times. You only have one opportunity to hit the green thing, and then the throw meter closes and it gives you a red throw if you've just held it down the whole time. So those are the final two things on the throw meter. It's going to be more difficult this year, but it is going to be tons more engaging and tons more fun, I bet. All right, let's talk about catchers. On a player stealing second base or third base, you get this throwing meter for a catcher now. The green area has been significantly reduced, and similar to the throw home indicator, you have a perfect line thing now. You can see kind of the brighter green, a little swivel there in the middle. That's your perfect throw. That means it is on the money. The fielder at second base does not have to move his glove to make a tag, and you're going to get him almost every time, assuming the throw is there on time. Now, in the green, the second baseman is still planted, but potentially the throw could be a little high, could be a little to the right of the bag, to the left of the bag, wherever. As long as the fielder's feet is planted, that is still considered a green or a good throw. Yellow, again, potentially you may have to move. And obviously, as you get further and further away from that little green swivel, the further and further offline the throw is going to be. So it's important to know that. Other than that, not a huge change to the stealing base throw indicator. More catching stuff. They have revamped and fixed blocking. Now, this is a screen cap of a left fielder playing catcher. You can see here his blocking form is not great. He's not going to block any balls behind the plate, probably, with that. But, so you can see he's just not covering the lower part where you would want to try to block a ball at all. So the ball is going to get through him most of the time. Now, in a minute, I'm going to show you the actual catcher blocking, and it's a lot better protected. But so out of position catchers now, this is what you're going to get when you try to block. No balls will ever be blocked. I made a video last year on Frank Thomas being able to kind of block balls. That's gone now, which is for the best, to be honest. But, yeah, it definitely... Okay, so here is Perez, the Indians catcher, who has like a 90-something blocker rating. You can see how much better he blocks than the left fielder, and that kind of makes sense that would happen. So blocking now is going to matter. They say the higher the blocker rating, the closer on average the ball is going to wind up to the catcher. So on this play in particular, the ball winds up right in front of him. He's able to pick it up and do whatever he needs to do with it. For the left fielder, obviously the picture I just showed you, it caroms off of him and rolls to the backstop, as you would expect. So blocking now matters. The other thing that matters with the blocking attribute, I guess, it affects the timing. So the lower your blocker attribute thing is, the later they will dive down to block it. So Perez here got down really early to block this ball in the dirt, and thus the ball stayed closer to him. But a player with, like, say, 50 blocking will go down later and has a higher chance of the ball going between his legs or caroming further away. So the blocking rating will matter this year, in theory. We'll have to see how the game plays. But right now, it looks like the blocking rating is going to matter a lot, especially in long at-bats where you're just trying to spike a curveball because the guy is swinging at everything. The blocking rating is going to matter. The last thing they talked about is fielder efficiency, and this is also pretty huge. I'm showing you a picture right now of a first baseman making a play on a ground ball on a potential double play situation. So in past games, you would see the first baseman by default, as a right-handed first baseman, try to field it in just an awkward way and then completely have to stop and gather himself and then throw it down to second base and then run to first base to cover the bag. And then the play in the game was just a mess, and a lot of the times the runner was safe at first. Well, now you can see here the guy is kind of fielding it in a way that's turning him already to throw, which is a big deal because now he's able to throw it quicker. The transition is just better, and then the player at second base, say the shortstop throwing it back to first, is able to catch it and immediately fire because the first baseman will be at the base faster. So that is a huge difference. And there's a bunch of these in the game. Just a bunch of efficiency stuff that I'm going to talk about here for a minute. This one was a big one for me because that always aggravated me when the first baseman just wouldn't understand what he's doing and then would take 30 minutes to throw the ball to second base, and then that guy is safe, and then the shortstop has to wait for him to cover, and then the guy at first is safe, and then everybody's just pissed off. So it's a good change. Now another thing they did, they changed some of the transfers and some of the double play animations at second base. So you no longer have to be at the base for the guy to throw it to second base on a double play. The guy's able to catch the ball before he's at second base and then tag second base and then throw it to first. This was a thing that happened some last year, but they've really worked on it and really upped the amount that will happen this year. So that's a good thing. The game in general there on double play balls is just going to run smoother, which is good. Then the last thing they talked about is the tagging. So they have a new tagging system. The player no longer has to come to that anchor position where he's bent down in front of the base and then start to tag, regardless of the catch. He's now able to start a tag straight from the catch. So say a ball is thrown high and right, he's able to start the tag immediately after he catches it, rather than having to wait, catch the ball, get to the anchor position, and then tag. He's just able to catch the ball and then tag. So it kind of takes out the middleman, if that makes sense. So that's a really good and welcome change overall. That's almost it. I think I've covered everything in the stream pretty much. I guess the last thing is there's new animations for when a guy makes a spectacular catch. You see Marcell Ozuna throw his hands up in the air because Acuna in center field just robbed a home run. That is pretty much the last thing they talked about. Really good stream, really excited for MLB 20. That's going to do it for the video, guys. I'll try to have the hitting one out tonight or tomorrow right after it shows. So make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.